Let's bring in Missouri Senator Eric Schmitt, member of the Armed Services Committee. Senator Eric Schmitt, thank you so much for being here. Let's start off with this action that we are seeing here in the Western Hemisphere. The Trump administration clearly targeting what they call now narco terrorists. These are cartel organizations like TDA. We know about the boat that was shot down, 11 killed there. We know airplanes are being moved to Puerto Rico. We know those stealth fighters are there. We know that there are 8 warships out there. Is there a red line for you, Senator, as to whether or not you think the Trump administration is going too far? In other words, are you okay with the Trump administration doing whatever it needs to do to target these narco terrorists?
Yeah, these are terrorist organizations that are literally killing millions of Americans. So phase one was to stop what was happening at the border. So these drug cartels were engaged in human smuggling, drug smuggling on a scale we've never seen before at our southern border under the Biden administration. They did nothing. It's interesting you played a clip from Nancy Pelosi, who expressed outrage over this. Where was she at when all of our brothers and sisters were dying because the drugs were flowing across our border? Where was she at on that? Where was the outrage on that? The Democrats cannot help themselves to be on the wrong side of every single issue. They're defending violent crime. They're defending narco terrorists. It really is crazy. But I think this is an implementation of 2 things. One is a renewed Monroe Doctrine. We're going to make sure that the Western Hemisphere is safe for Americans. We're not going to allow drug smuggling to continue to come through, and also make sure we have a secure border, because what the cartels are doing right now is they know that the border is effectively closed. So they are moving on to the sea. So this is how they want to smuggle their drugs into the United States, and we're not going to have it. President Trump's been very clear. So they have a decision to make. Are they going to continue to do this, or are they going to stop?
Senator, are you okay with U.S. military forces attacking these organizations on land, in Venezuela, in Mexico, wherever they are?
Well, I don't think President Trump has talked about anything like that. What we're talking about is an active engagement on the sea, on their way to the United States to deliver drugs to kill Americans. And they've been warned. They tried to get these boats to stop. They didn't want to do it. But there's a new sheriff in town. This isn't the Joe Biden regime where they're okay with mass migration. They're okay with the human smuggling that accounted for about $100 million a week in just the human cost, let alone what the economic value of the drug trade was. So President Trump's made it clear, we're not going to have those drugs flowing into our country anymore. And so Venezuela should do more to stop it on their end. That would probably ease some of the tension we see right now.
Senator, there is a holdup. I want to talk to you about another topic here, about the holdup with President Trump's nominees. We're talking about approximately 700 positions that have to go through Senate confirmation. Only about 100 of them have been filled. I know that the leader of the Senate, Senator Thune, says that this is unprecedented, and now there's talks of rule changes. What kind of rule changes are you for to ensure that these nominations go through?
Yeah, I was part of a working group during August of senators who wanted to put forth a proposal, and I think our conference is unified to break this unprecedented logjam. That term gets thrown around a lot in Washington, D.C., but this truly is unprecedented. Never in the history of the Republic has there been this level of obstruction for a president putting his team together. And so literally every single civilian nominee, all of the nominees except Marco Rubio, who was first, has been filibustered. To put that in perspective, Clarence Thomas wasn't filibustered and passed with 52 votes. So the Senate has a legislative calendar, an executive calendar for all this stuff, and an impeachment calendar. We've never seen anything like this on the executive calendar. So Republicans next week are going to move forward with the proposal to move in block nominees that had either in the past been by unanimous consent, meaning no objection, or bipartisan support. That'll allow us to clear our backlog. Republicans are committed to getting President Trump's team in place, and the Democrats, again, have continued to sort of change the rules here. They've gone nuclear, and this is going to be our response.
Okay. Senator Eric Schmitt, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Anytime.
Click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You won't get it anywhere else.